Hey sugar, welcome or welcome back to my closet. I am Ro the Black Magnolia, your favorite bougie babe, bringing you all your bougie but budget-friendly tips and faves and a little bit of everything in between. It is time for part 6, I think, or 5 of our designer-inspired luxury items. There are so many amazing finds that I have for you today. You do not want to miss this. So I want to dive right in, but before we do, I want to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, because if you're not going to know when it's time to come back around and see all of the amazing finds that I have for you. And that would be a travesty. We don't deal in travesty. We deal in joy, joyfulness. So make sure you go down there, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell. Now, let's get into the good stuff. So what I'm going to do for the sake of time, because I don't want this video to be extremely long, but I want to make sure we hit on every little thing that I have for you today. I am going to give you the price of each of the items that are the designer version. And then on the screen, I'm going to show you how many ratings, if any, the designer inspired item has and what the cost is for it, so that you can compare it to the luxury item that we're looking at here. So first, we're going to start off with my very favorite shoes. You know how I am about my shoes. You know how I feel about my footwear. I'm going to start with something that has been a little controversial in my own little fashion corner of the world, is Birkenstocks. I have a love-hate relationship with them. Like, I love how they feel. I hate how they look. They are so comfortable, but I don't like my toes all raw and naked out in the street sometimes. It's just a lot. I mean, I probably didn't even start wearing flip-flops until I was in my late teens, early 20s, maybe. It's a lot for me to get my toes naked and out in the street. It takes a lot. I know that might seem weird, but I have grown, I have overcome. I'm not like that anymore. I wear my flip-flops, I wear my slides, I wear my sandals, which is why when I saw these Valentino Bus Friend velvet slides, I knew I needed to have these in my closet. They come in this beautiful, vibrant crimson color and this soft, velvety, buttery pink. They are gorgeous, and they have that Valentino emblem on the side. All the charm that you would expect from a Valentino shoe in a Birkenstock slide. I don't know. But either way, they cost $950. And while I know that is a lot of money, it may not be that bad of an investment for something that I could keep for a long time. And people tend to keep Birkenstocks and slides for a long time. Probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I was shopping on Facebook Marketplace because it is a good place to find things. I was doing it in a Facebook Marketplace group, though. I don't just go to the, at-large group. I like to go to groups that are either in my neighborhood, in my city, and run by local women. That way I feel a little bit safer about going and picking things up or meeting somebody to get them. I found this pair of Birkenstocks that were for sale on there. If I can find the picture, I am going to put it up here because it was horrifying. It was disgusting. Like, why are you going to ask somebody to pay money for your little sweaty, raggedy shoes with the little toe imprints in them? It was disturbing to me, and they were asking $45. It didn't make it make sense, because it didn't. But that's not the case with these Valentino velvety buttery slides. I want them so bad, but for $950, it's an investment, like I said, one that I may be willing to make if these shoes are as comfortable and as beautiful as they seem. And I think they may be, because I found a pair on Amazon that are so close to what these shoes are. There are no labels. There are no emblems. There is nothing that says that this is a knockoff or a replica. These are just a designer-inspired version of these Valentino Bus Friend slides. And they come in the same colors that the Valentino slides come in as well. I love them. I think they're beautiful. I think that they are worth a shot. And I look at them and I think, am I a Birkenstocks girl now? I don't know. We'll see. Next are the Chloe Marcy ballet flats. Do you remember when we were little, they had those little jelly shoes, or those little shoes that you would get at the corner store that had the little holes in them, and they would just, your foot would slide into them, and they didn't have a back on them? I wouldn't go so far as to call them mules, because they really were just like plastic with a little bit of mesh on the top of them. That they're even called shoes. But they were great. They were comfortable. They were easy to throw on. And if one broke or ripped, which inevitably it was going to, you didn't care because it didn't cost much. But that is not the case with the Chloe Marcy Ballerina Mesh Flat. These are $690 shoes. They are really well made. Chloe makes great shoes. They've got a little bit of a heel, a really pretty gold logo in the center of the shoe. They're beautiful. But they're $690 mesh flats. I just don't think that I'm not down. I'm not down. I could be down, but I'm not. So I found this really similar look on Amazon. Great shoes. It's still got that little bit of the heel. The construction on the back of the shoe is a little bit different, but that's okay. That doesn't bother us. But we're getting the look of the Marcy Ballerina Mesh Flat at a fraction of the cost. So I think that these may definitely be worth a shot as well. And I want to make sure you stick around throughout the entire video because at the very end, I'm going to need your help with something. And I really want to make sure you're here for it. And now let's get into some clothes. The Dasha Modern Mini Dress from Oliva. This is a beautiful one. I've talked about this one before, and you may have seen it in some of the other shorts or things that I've done. And this dress is stunning. It is a showstopper. If you walk into any event in this dress, you are going to turn heads. It's reasonably priced at $185, but I feel like you could do better, which I did, and I bought it, and I love it. If I can find video of me in the Amazon designer-inspired version of this dress, I will put it up here for you. So the two main differences between the Oliva dress and the Amazon dress, the one shoulder is on opposite sides. So the Oliva is on the right, and the Amazon dress is on the left. And the Oliva dress is a little bit longer than the Amazon version, but that's okay because who's in my business so much that they're like, you know what? That dress is not $185. That dress cost you $65 and it's a little bit too short. And get thee out of my business. I look too good, put that on my... I look good, right? And that is exactly how this dress makes me feel. It makes me feel fly. It makes me feel good. And I'm going to rock the Amazon version of this dress as often as possible at cocktail hour, at Trader Joe's, at the mall, at Chick-fil-A. I'm any opportunity that I get to wear this dress, I take it because it is that good. It's got stretch to it. It's comfortable. Doesn't feel constricting. I got mine in a large. I think I could have sized down to a medium, but it is going to hug your curves. It's a bodycon type dress. It's going to show off all your figure and you are going to absolutely love it. Next are the Gucci double monogram tights. These are just a classic, beautiful accessory staple piece, I feel like, in any wardrobe. But here's the problem. I've got these. I took a very long time to grow these out and I am not going to cut them. So whenever I put on tights or pantyhose, it has always been my struggle. They're going to get ripped. They're going to get scratched right up the side. And to have a rip or a run in a $340 pair of tights, I would probably pass out. I would probably like, you would have to come and get me because while I am not averse to spending money on luxury items, I'm $340 for some tights with a hole that I then have to take some hairspray and clear nail polish and secure the run. No. I'm not doing that. What I'm going to do is this. These Amazon designer inspired tights are so great. They're inexpensive. There's a lot of these that have been sold. They've got wonderful reviews and they look so similar to the Gucci double monogram tights. And they are the perfect price point so that I don't feel terrible if I put a hole in them. I could just go and get another pair and not have to feel like I need to take out a small loan for some pantyhose. And what is an outfit without good accessories? Okay, so hear me out on this one. I love a good bandana. They are so fun. I love wearing my hair in a ponytail and tying a bandana around my ponytail and letting it fly around in the breeze a little bit, or tying it around my belt loop, or tie it around your purse. And Louis Vuitton has this blue sailor bandana that is just the perfect accent accessory. But it's $370. I feel like you could do anything better with $370 than spending it on a scarf. I could always be talked into a Twilly, but I don't think we need to spend $370 on a scarf when there are other things that we could use our money for. So this designer-inspired scarf that I found on Amazon is not quite the same type of pattern, but really similar. And at what it costs, you cannot beat it. It's really pretty. It gives the same vibes as the Louis Vuitton scarf, and it gets the job done, and it saves you money. So I think it's a definite yes to this one. So now we're into handbags. And I think this is the category where I have the most items to talk about with you. This one is the YSL Mini Lou quilted leather handbag. I love it. It's like the perfect size. I have this bag in beige. I want it in black, but I don't want to spend another $1,550. So I found this option on Amazon and I love it. I love it so much that I used it every single day, probably for about 4 or 5 straight months. And I used it and I wore the handle out and it broke. It didn't break because it was cheaply made. It broke because I was using the hell out of it. Like it was putting in work. Like I had it. And where it broke was kind of like the strap on the inside where it tucks in. It kind of popped out a little bit there. And I can get it fixed, or I could fix it myself, or if I'm being serious, I have my husband fix it, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But it's a great bag. It's got a lot of great reviews. It wears really well. It was such a great option for me because I felt like I could have something that I wanted, but not put myself into a bad spot financially just because I had to have a bag. So this was great. This was a really good call, and I'm glad I got this one. And now that I have talked about being super responsible with my money, I am ready to go and give $598 to Cult Gaia. I'm ready to go right over to the website, type in Caldera clutch, add to cart, ship to home, because this clutch is divine. Like, I don't have, like, this clutch chokes me up. That's the stupidest, most vain sentence I think I've ever said, but it's true. And I am 10 toes down standing beside it. I'm a stick beside it. I'm a stick beside it because look at this purse. It's like water and fire and copper and gold and all of the colors that it comes in. It's like it's alive. Again, probably because it is from Cult Gaia, Mother Earth, whatever. But this clutch is just, it's the best of like organic, earthy meets luxury chic. I am here for it. The fashion girly in me needs this bag. It's not very practical. It's not a big clutch. It's not something that I'm going to be able to keep a whole lot of things in. It's really just going to be for me to be like, look at me in my bag. Look at me in my little clutch, all up under my little armpit. That's really what this is about. So I really felt like I want this clutch, but I want to be smart because if it's really not going to make any kind of functional sense for me, I don't want it to just sit in the closet. So can I tell you, when I found this designer inspired version of it on Amazon, that I had to take some deep breaths. I got a little dizzy, had to hold on. I had to like steady myself, calm myself, because it's so beautiful and it looks so much like the Cult Gaia Caldera. I feel like I could not go wrong getting this. And look at the price. Look at the price from $598 to this. That to me, that's a no-brainer. I really feel like that's one that I have to like talk about and think about and decide, do I want to do it? Don't I want to do it? I want to do it. Should I do it? And next I have 2 Chloe bags for you. This video is a little Chloe heavy, but I love Chloe. I love their sunglasses. I love their purses. I love their shoes. I love them. They're so unique. I love horses. I love horseback riding. And so many of their handbags are inspired by saddlebags. And there's just something about that design element that I love. What you'll find with knockoff bags or with replicas of the Chloe bags, they always get the stitching wrong. It never ever looks right. It kind of looks funky. Like instead of it being this nice rounded, even shape, it kind of looks like somebody flattened it and then pulled it back out. That's terrible. So when I was looking for something that was designer inspired, I wanted it to be something that was like a respectful nod to the Chloe bag and not a, oh my God, we look so much alike. That's not what I wanted. I wanted it to be something that was truly inspired by the bag and gave me that feel and that vibe, but wasn't going to look tacky. And that's what I found in these designer inspired versions of the Marcy Double Carry and the Chloe Marcy Saddlebag. The Chloe Marcy Double Carry is $35.50. That's $3,550 of your dollars. It's a great bag. It's a nice size. I like a bag that size. It's the perfect size bag for my lifestyle. It can fit just about everything that I need it to. It's got that nice, relaxed, casual shape, because I think sometimes with designer bags, we get real carried away with them looking so structured and perfect. We forget that it's nice to just have a fun, more laid back, relaxed look. And that's what the double carry gives. It's got all of the tassel detailing and the stitching that I love. It's again that nod to a saddlebag, and it is perfect. But again, $3,550. I found this designer inspired version on Amazon, and it is lovely. I like the shape on the bag. I like that it's giving me the Marcy double carry vibe without trying too hard, and I really appreciate that. Now, the saddlebag version that I found, it's also really not trying that hard. It knows who it is, and what it's not, and it gives you its very best. And I think that it is a beautiful dupe, and if you can get your hands on it, you definitely should. And the last two things that I have for you in the video today, sugar, are accessories. You know, I've told you before, I love a good blue box moment. It's just, it does something to my soul. It's good for it. Anything that comes in a blue box is gonna make me happy. And then when you couple a blue box with some pearls, stop it. Just get out of here. Just don't even say anything else to me. Give it to me now. Tiffany has these beautiful pearl and diamond earrings. They're gorgeous. They're so pretty and delicate and dainty. But what I like about them, the pearl is on the top of the earring and the diamond sits on the bottom instead of it being the opposite direction. I really like that. I thought it was a really unique spin on putting the two elements of the pearl and the diamond together and letting the pearl really be the star of the show. The earrings aren't crazy for being real pearls. They're about $16.50. It's Tiffany's. That's on the low end for Tiffany's. But $16.50 isn't in everybody's budget. So I found two different alternatives on Amazon. One that's real pearls and the other that's not. I thought, you know, sometimes you want to spend a little bit more on a designer inspired item, something that's going to last longer and may be made out of real materials, but just may not have the same prestige as a blue box, right? So you may not be getting a blue box moment with this first option, but you're still getting a quality item. It's a little bit pricier for being designer inspired. It's beautiful and it's real pearls, something that you can keep for a lifetime. And then the other option that we have here are the fake pearls, still beautiful. If you're traveling and you want to wear something like this and elevate your look just a little bit, you don't have to be afraid of losing them, forgetting them at the hotel or your Airbnb, because it's just costume jewelry. But either way, I think both of these are great options to get the look of these Tiffany diamond and pearl earrings. And for our last item, I have got this beautiful Maryland cuff bracelet from Arium. It's an extra large cuff with a hammered gold look to it, and it costs about $700. It's a really lovely piece, and I wanted something like this, but just don't want to spend that much money. So I found a couple of them on Amazon. The ones that I was able to find on Amazon have a pretty similar finish. The size is different though. They're not an extra large size. They're more of a medium, smallish size, but they still get the job done. And I feel like that piece that I always talk about, fashion being accessible to everybody, no matter what your budget is, it really makes a difference in how you feel. Putting that last little piece on, a bracelet, a necklace, earrings, a belt, something that just gives you that extra little bit of confidence as you go throughout your day. It can be a whole game changer and a mood shifter. So never take for granted what good accessories can do for not only an outfit, but for an outlook. And if you haven't yet, make sure you've liked the video and that you share it with somebody who would love all of these finds. So share it with your bestie. She needs these Birkenstocks. So that's all that I have for you today. But here's what I wanted you to wait around for. I have budgeted for myself this month to acquire some fashionable items, and I am allowing myself 4 items from this video to purchase. And I want to know which 4 you think I should get. And I'm going to take a poll in my community tab this week. So make sure you head over there. I want you guys to help me pick all 4 of them. I'm going to run a poll over on my community tab. I want you all to tell me which ones you think I should get. And if I can get at least 250 votes on the poll on the community tab, one of my lucky subscribers, you have to be a subscriber, is going to get the opportunity to pick one of those 4 items for themselves as well. Because I am super thankful for the growth that I've had on the channel in the past few weeks here. And I want to keep that going. And I want to bring more people into the community here. We have so much fun and we laugh together. And I love being in the comments with you guys and chatting and making new friends. And I just want to say thank you for that. So head over to the community tab, make sure you vote in the poll, make sure you've subscribed, make sure you like the video, and then on April 26th in the community tab again, I will announce the lucky winner. And that person will be able to choose of those 4 items that I wind up getting. You'll be able to pick one of those to have for yourself. It feels good to feel luxurious. It feels good to feel fancy, put together and stylish. And it shouldn't have to cost you all of your monies. So that's why I do these videos, sugar, because I want to make sure you can feel as fashionable and as stylish as you can without breaking the bank. So if you love this and you want more, like I said, make sure you subscribe, and then I will see you in the next video.